Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Tabletop Gaming Guild is all about the experiences and memories of playing tabletop games with friends and families can create. Today we'll be reviewing a small box expansions for Summoner Wars that can be played with either the first edition standard or master set. This small expansion is called Rukar's Power and contains extra units that you can use to deck build with a couple of the different factions, including the Tundra Orcs or Phoenix Elves, and then you get some mercenaries that can be used with any faction. So this expansion gives you 3 new champions for the Tundra Orcs and 2 sets of common units. So first we get Grungar, which is a champion that gets more powerful the more damage he takes. And you got Rukar, that's difficult to hit with, but when he does hit, he hits hard. Bragg is not particularly powerful, but he makes it more difficult for the opponent to take out your wall. Then we have those common units. We get 5 of each common unit, so we get Thwarter. Basically makes it really hard to hit him. Unless they roll hits on every single dice, it's considered a miss. So they have a 100% hit rate, or it's a failure. We got Charger, moves quite easily, and has a chance of moving even further. So, with that said, as far as the Tundra Orcs, I didn't like the faction too much, but swapping these out may fix a lot of the things I didn't like about them. Next we have the Phoenix Elves. I have not actually played as this faction. Lalea is just a flexible unit, and they can do range, but they have extra attack if they do melee. Relay ignore enemies when they're moving, so they can move through a position that's being held by an enemy. Helios allows you to summon fire beasts, and you can search your deck for these fire beasts. Fire beast is quite cool, so you can either attack with them or just give it a damage, and then everybody around it gets a damage as well. If you're not doing well, the enemy has a lot more units than you. You can just start pulling these out and doing damage to them and doing a lot of damage to the enemy units. Fencer basically gets to retaliate. Anytime somebody attacks him and he doesn't die, he gets to do a damage back to the enemy. Then last we got these mercenaries. Magos increases your hand limit, so you can have 7 cards in your hand, a lot more things you can do. You have like a lot of expensive cards, you could be drawing more, getting a lot more into your magic pile to get your expensive cards out really quickly. Of course, anytime you're cycling your deck and putting a lot into your magic, you got to be careful not to burn through too much of your deck too quickly. Spear Grounder has a bit of an additional reach, so it's stronger if you're attacking something adjacent to it, but it can also attack diagonal and doesn't get that additional bonus. Okay, as far as my thoughts for this small box expansion, Rukar's Power, it does allow deck building. If you really enjoy the idea of building your deck before you start playing, this is something you should get. For me personally, I have a lot of games I have to play to be able to review, and if you're not like me and actually have time to commit to one specific game, this is a great game to do that with. And once you get to a certain point, you're going to want to be getting these expansions and be able to modify your decks. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on other social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to like and subscribe.